Well, Scott, let's talk about the Big 12 Pro Day because you were there. It was the star. It's a big thing now for NFL Network. They got all the Big 12 teams there. Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders did not work out there. Shedeur did a 10-minute NFL Network interview, so did Deion Sanders there as well. I'm fascinated, though, by what happens today because we've seen the tape. We know the kid's tough. We know the kid's smart. We know the kid is more than just his last name. But, Scott, from that day, I think it was 3 weeks ago, how have you heard the narrative, if at all, change on Shedeur Sanders?
I think it's still really up and down. I think people see the talent and they get it and they understand it because he's an incredible athlete, but he's not a running quarterback per se. He's got a great arm. He showcased it throughout the season, different players over 3 different years and 2 different schools. I haven't heard the narrative change a whole lot with him, except there are people on one side who are kind of adamantly against Shedeur Sanders, and then people on the other who are really for him. And I think it's up to him to convince somebody who likes him already that he is their choice to lead them in the future. And as we know with the NFL draft, there's always going to be a handful of people who have no interest in somebody like that. But then there's going to be 4, 5, or 10 teams that really like him. And I think that's probably where he's putting himself right now, is to emphasize his strengths to the people who already are in his corner.
Because all it takes is one to draft you. But I feel as we head, you're going to be a first-round quarterback if one team turns in the card. That's it. But as we head towards the draft, and we'll know 3 weeks from today, or maybe we won't, I feel like the consensus is right now, there's a shot he doesn't go 2 or 3 and then becomes the story of draft night. Now, he's not going to be there. He's going to do his own thing. Good for him. He's not a businessman. He's a businessman, and they're going to have their own thing going on draft day. But I'm kind of glad for him on a personal level that he isn't going to the draft and not going to be in the green room.
Yeah, that is a good thing. We've seen that before with Brady Quinn and Aaron Rodgers going all the way back 20 years ago or so. And as we know, with Aaron Rodgers' case, it worked out so much better for him to go where he could sit for a couple of years in Green Bay. And if you look at somewhere in the teens, maybe in the 20s, if somebody takes a chance at Shedeur then, and he has a chance not to come in as the savior like he would be in New York, for instance, trying to compete for that starting job right away, there would be a ton of pressure on him. But if he's able to kind of wait it out, and he might find the best possible spot for him. Of course, it'll cost him millions and it'll be a blow to the ego, but I think that might be his best bet. And I think right now you're seeing kind of that echo chamber move around, and I kind of wonder if Jackson Dart's going to start getting some play and moving up into the first round, or at least being discussed there.
Oh, I guarantee you will. Write that down right now. Whether it's Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe, by the way, both of whom have visited the Steelers, Jackson Dart doing so today. And the Aaron Rodgers thing hangs over all of this, talking to Scott Dochterman from The Athletic, because if Rodgers has already gone to the Steelers, if that is done by draft day, then we look at, I think, the 21st overall pick very differently.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.